here, and welcome back to Magicraft. Since we last left off, if I do recall correctly, we did two types of builds. One where we tried to do the archer, and then another where I think we had a successful run. I can't remember what we did, though. I think it was a sword build, but I could be wrong. For this stream, however, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be playing with the Alchemist, so that'll be fun. And if we have time, we'll probably do something else. But without further ado, let's just get into things and see what happens. Alright, so we've got a few bits of things that we can use, but I don't think we've got much economy here. But we will be playing the Alchemist today. Now, the Alchemist has a fun little wand that gives him chain lightning with a rainbow effect, which is basically that. Now, the more spread we have with the rainbow, the larger the chain lightning becomes, but the shorter the rainbow, the more chain lightning procs you can get into a certain scatter radius. So that is the trade-off if you're doing the Alchemist build. That said, you do gain one benefit. You increase your potion limit by one, you gain one potion every 2 battles, and drinking a potion restores HP. So, if you're looking to play potions, you will want to get as much benefits out of it as possible, so definitely go with a build that increases your health and mana while you're also drinking potions. Just a good benefit to have, to say the least. We are given 576 points to effectively spend, though. I think what we're going to want is we're just going to want to max the HP room here. I will throw in a increase to MP regen and increase my initial point count. Let's see. Have we got enough for relics? No, we do not, so I'll just save those. But I will convert. Well, do I need to convert? Not really. Not right now. Well, actually, it would be nice to get an upgrade for the Alchemist, so let's actually do that. So, I need to get 100 of these. Okay, I can get 2 of those, and I need 3 of those. Okay. But this should get me an upgrade for my Alchemist, and that will give me 2 potion limits, and we gain 1 potion every 2 battles, but we restore 6 HP every time we drink a potion. So there is merit to drinking as many potions as possible. But, without further ado, let's just go. No reason to sugarcoat it. Nightmare 3, that's how we do it. Let's see, build-wise, no reason to change the... Well, we'll get rid of these, because I do want to mix things up. Let's see, what do we want to forbid? Keep those forbidden. I don't like the prison core, so we'll get rid of that. What else? Let's get rid of Bing's arrow. That should be good enough. We don't really need Bing's arrow for what we're doing here. Hey, volley. That's gonna give us more simultaneous casts. Not that we really need it. It just reduces the cost if we have more than 1 spell in the list, which we don't. So, that's kind of pointless. Oh, that is Merlin's robe. I should definitely get that when I get a chance. Casually whittle them down. There we go. And we get a potion. Technically 2, for the looks of it. We're just going to grab that and a crit potion. Let's see what upgrade we get. We get the Tree Spirit Pendant, Dragon Bone Tail, or Seated Breed. Early on, I think we need the Seated Breed. That's just going to give us way more HP to work with. We'll grab the coins here, and let's see. Boundary Stone Time, Fire Dragon Breath, or Laser. I'm going to go with the Boundary Stone of Time and Fire Dragon Breath. That's just going to help with combinations in the future. We'll pop these open. And we get the Hunter's Talisman, which improves visibility. It just makes our head a bit longer. We do get the Chaos Potion and Crit Potion, though, so I am going to down that real quick. That's going to give us 4 curses for a Blade of Fury, which is good for crit. We do have the crit rate boost, so there's that. As for what we go next, I guess we will go the HP boost room and just deal with that. Alright. We're going off to a decent start, but nothing too crazy. We got an agility potion, which increases our movement speed. That's going to be nice. Could be better, though. But yeah, in a few runs before, Alchemist was proclaimed as a strong build. I can't deny it. It is decently strong in its own right for drinking many, many potions, but I think there's better out there, to be quite honest. I am particular for the Druid, actually, believe it or not. Which seems weird to think about, but there is good reason for it. The amount of area of effect you get is ridiculous. Natural Conversions or Guiding Fable. If we go with Natural Conversions, we'll get some MP regen along with our wand. And while the Scatter is slightly lower, it does house more of a mana kick. Well, actually, yeah, no, it houses more mana. It's just lower from looks of it. Yeah, so maybe actually we swap to this. We still do get the +3 to mana, and the radius is just higher. Yeah, we don't need to break everything here. We're just going to go for the HP boost. Get as much as we can here. Okay, wait for the bomb to go off. There we go. Wait for the laser to finish. There. Okay, back up. There we go. There we go. Grab the Reforge, grab the Open here, we get the Electrified Crown. We're getting really lucky on our finds here, to be quite honest. And we got the choice to Reforge if we so desire, which I don't really need to do. One thing I will do, though, is put the Boundary Stone of Time on this puppy here. And when we do get a Orbit, we are gonna go with the Fierce Dragon Breath, because that's gonna really help us. Oh, that was the sound of P, I think. Which is good. We got really lucky here for the key. Okay, nearly. There we go. Pop this, and let's see, Elven Ears, Electrified Crown, or Ebonheart. We're gonna go Elven Ears. This is just gonna help us so we can cast without worry. Let's go with the Volley and Damage Boost. Okay. Grab this, grab the Merlin's hat, grab this, that gives us another key. Let's get all those sorted, and we'll down this potion to heal. There we go. Permanently increase or decrease as needed. Let's go with the movement speed buff first, and then do this. We get an extra 15 MP to all wands. And we've got 4 more curses that we can take if we so desire. You know what? I like living dangerously. There we go. We get the relic there, and let's see. We reduce our damage. We have a higher cost MP-wise. We increase the cast interval, and we're unable to cast spells upon entering a room for 5 seconds. So that's a bit of a bummer, but hey, it's fine. Okay, grab that. Grab this. There we are. We're gonna need more relics, considering what we've got. We do have the duplicate potion, though, so that's something worth noting. We'll be able to utilize the duplicate potion at some point, but for now, we'll just have to make do. There we go. Okay, we got petrification. Ah, here we go. Wand charm, or ward charm. This is exactly what we needed. Okay, so the ward charm is going to help us remove curses without having to actually, you know, take curses as necessary. But, yeah. We're going to need the damage boost here, so that's just going to help us do a little bit more damage. It's not a lot, but it'll have to do. I guess I could also do this. This is probably going to be more damaging. So, yeah, we're going to actually do the fire for a little bit. Yes, it doesn't synergize with the other thing, but we'll make it work. I suppose I could actually ditch this, do this, and this instead. And then I can have Rainbow here. Yeah, because this is going to do a lot more radius, believe it or not, because this has a radius of... Oh, it doesn't have a radius? I thought it did. This is 45, this is 60. Okay, so this doesn't actually have a radius increase, so that actually trivializes our choice then. So we're just going to rock this for now. It just has more radius going for it. Okay. Okay, back up. There we go. Okay, wait for it. There we go. Just had to do that, just be safe. Alrighty. We got a whole bunch of health to utilize for the dungeon that we're going to be going into, so let's take advantage of that. Book of Tranquility versus Twin-Headed Wand. We're going to go Twin-Headed Wand here because we will get 2 casts instead of 1. So that's hard not to say no to. So what we do is we do this. And we get twice as many shots from the rainbow. Alternatively, we go with Fire Breath and just double down on the damage that we do there. But I think I much prefer the rainbow doubling down. Now I could do this and go ridiculous on this. Let's grab everything here. Solely because it will be re-rolled, and I'd much rather the gamble. Because it would be funny. Alright, let's do this. Reboot. Back to the beginning. Off we go. We are given 2 attack abilities. We cannot stop, we always move. Reduce damage, relic options -1, unable to cast spells, and move speed reduced slightly. But we do get the ability to double our current key count, so might as well use that while we can. And we get the banner, time stasis, and the alchemy jar again. Automatically charges 8 points per second. Versus this. wand charges 6 energy for every crit hit. I don't really like that, but we don't really have a better wand on us, so I'm going to use the Boomerang Blade, pair it with the Frost Crystals and Core of Thunder. I'll have the Resonance Wand, and actually I should probably do this, where I have even more regen going for us. And then we will have this here. So now we've got a bit of a weirder build. And hey, we got Boundary Stone of Time, so I can't complain. It's a slow cast, but it does do a lot crit. That is a 40 crit versus a 5 crit. What do we got? We've got the Casket of Souls, another Seed of Greed, which is going to give us a major amount of HP. We can penetrate walls. We got the Electrified Crown. We got Soulbone Crown, Guardian Sprite. We got the Soulbone Mantle, Merchant Bauble, and Blood Key. So even if we do end up losing, we will still get the key that we want. So that's good. And because we've got the Merchant Bauble, we can actually go seriously infinite if we get enough, well, if we get the relic that gives us damage for coins. Otherwise, it's kind of pointless. Now, if I can increase my casting speed, that'd be another story. Actually... Oh, I see. This is, remove, all curses and, suffer a lot of damage. Not exactly ideal. If we could reduce our cast interval, that'd probably be a good thing. I'm probably actually gonna swap to here. Yes, we do lose out on 15 crit, but the cast speed is not that great. Currently. Okay, let's go for more relics. Wait for our abilities to go through. Now there is a way I can go about doing this a little bit better. Nearly got that. Okay. Let's remove all curses, remove all shields, and set it to 1. That is going to get rid of all of our curses, which is good. We'll interact. We get the Tree and Circlet or Ranger Boots. I'm going to go Tree and Circlet. Grab the HP, grab the 2 potions, and we're going to go Core of Lightning. Chain Lightning? Chain Lightning. Why not? Pop this open, get some HP, pop this open, we get another potion. Okay, Spell Power Potion increases power. We drink this to increase... We get 2 relics, Beast Fang, and Ranger Boots. We basically get faster and more stronger. But yeah, the reboot certainly helped here. Okay, I believe it was this. Nope. Okay, so it's this, this, this. No? Okay, so it's that then. There we go. Get the Troll Serum Plus. That'll be good for the future. I suppose what I could do is actually do this. Yeah, it's not that fast. I suppose I could do it this way instead. It is slightly faster, it's less cost, but it doesn't really do what I'm hoping for it to do. Let's put this to the side for now, and... It charges for every crit, don't it? So if I were to instead do this... And I were to... Oh, this automatically charges 8 per second. So if I do this, and then I do this, pair it with this. So yeah, I don't actually cast, I just launch a whole bunch of the magic bullets like crazy. Now, if I pair it with Core of Thunder, and I guess Chain of Lightning while I'm at it, there we go. Alright, we got something going. Oh, 1 second. We are back a second. Now back. Let's get back into things. Alright, well, I guess moving the curses is ideal. We can use the emergency potion to keep ourselves safe. Hopefully that should be enough. I mean, there we go. I suppose I could have saved that potion, but whatever. I think for this we go with the Trident. This just gives us double cast that we can utilize. And if we do that exactly with this here... Well... I think it's better we do this, and then we can just double cast the blades. That does the slightly more to what we do here. So that's good. As for where we go next, I guess oddly enough, the shop is actually a good one, because we can actually go and get some potions, believe it or not. And because the Alchemist is so good with potions, we can actually benefit from that a lot. Okay. So let's see. Randomly upgrade a relic, transfer all non-boss enemies into coins. That's good for if you get a whole bunch of enemies in a room. Deduct 30% of HP to gain a corresponding amount of coins. Shield Potion gets us coins. Reduce current HP to 1, converting 30% to max HP. And gain 25% of current coins. We want that. We want this. This we will grab and immediately use. This will give us the upgrade for Titan Pauldrons. This will give us a whole bunch of coins. When we get the Prospector Vest, that'll be ridiculous. This is just good in general, and it will give us a buffer to start with. And the Ultimate Potion is going to come in handy when we get full HP. Because that's just going to nuke our HP to new heights. As for what we go with, I guess we'll just go with the healing here. Do we need anything else here? Not really. At most, I'd probably grab the 2 keys here, and that'll be good. Do we want this? Dazzling Firework can be ridiculous if done right, but I think I'm going to abstain for now. Actually, we do want this, though. This is just going to make us fire faster. There we go. Alright, let's go. Alright, we've got a ridiculous build coming on. There we go. Alright, colorful cloak, Merlin's robe, or hexagonal die. I'm gonna have to go with the colorful cloak. Well, yeah, let's go with the colorful cloak, because that just receives random elemental effects on top of every elemental effect we do. That's hard to say no to. grab the curse, grab this, grab this. Okay, so we got a whole bunch of potions to go through. Alright, coins, interact with this. Let's go with the Chain Lightning and Pillar of Light. The Pillar of Light can be really handy if done right. Let's increase our HP regen. Let's remove our curse. There we go. We can restore our HP by 1 to 40. Unlock all chests and side doors. That's for future me. We'll grab the Scale Potion, down that. We are now a big boy. We've got another 25. We've got a Wealth Potion again. I'm going to down the Awakening Potion because I don't need it, and I will grab the Lockpick Potion instead. And we don't need to go to another shop, even though we could technically do so, because we've got profit to make. There we go. Alright, we've got the choice between Hand of Cthulhu, Overload, and Troll Serum. I'm going to go with Overload and Troll Serum, solely because I'm going to upgrade Troll Serum. And Overload is just a damage increase, so why not, right? Okay, what's this? This is Refresh Current Cores. Do we need the HP? Not really. Let's down this. And we get a Relic. Perfect. And I guess I'll use the Midas Potion in this room. There we go. That'll just clear up things nicely. And let's see, we got the Trained Shoulder Guards, Prospector's Goblet, and Healing Belts. Ooh, this is actually really good. We're gonna grab the Healing Belt here. This is just gonna make our potions even more powerful for ourselves. Alrighty. Okay, so our build is looking pretty mighty, all things considering. We could do better with a different magic bullet, but it's fine. We will make this work. And it's the Distorted Remains again. But we're obviously doing way better than before. So there we go. We get a potion that gives us 2 more potions on top of everything. That's going to be nice. Let's first get the wand type. Let's replace our third wand. Let's see. I'm gonna go with the Aqua Flow Staff. It may seem like an odd choice, but I think it's the best one for us. Yeah, because the Aqua Flow gives us a laser that we can just infinitely use, which is fun. And because of how the time stasis goes, we actually don't need to have it equipped to actually use it. So we can just repeatedly use this laser. And let's throw down some effects here. Throw up some damage outputs. And we'll get some MP regen on top of it. There we go. Alright. Well, we got the silver key, which is amazing, but let's see what we can do here. First, down the potion here. We get another wealth potion, and remove 5 curses if 5 different curses are present. First, let's deduct... Yeah, first let's grab the... Yeah, let's deduct 30% of our current HP to gain corresponding amount of coins. Yeah, let's do that first. There we go. That's going to give us a ridiculous amount of coins to work with. From there, we will down a wealth potion. There we go. Down another. And one final one. There we go. Okay, that's going to reduce the amount of potions that we need. Let's grab the silver key. This means that the unlock potion is useless to us. We can then get this if we want to remove curses, but we don't need to. Let's get this, and we're going to skip out on the hourglass, specifically. And that'll be our build. Alright, we're getting something ridiculous going on immediately. Alright. Let's go for more spells. Alright, let's grab the duplication potion. There we go. Alright, what do we get? We got a boomerang blade, which we do want to upgrade. Do we want any of those? Not really, so we reroll. And we'll go for the time duration enhancements this time. So when we do eventually swap out from the boomerang blade, we got something better available for us later. Let's go to the shop. I'm sure we can get something awesome in here. At the very least, we can up our cash amount by a ridiculous level, so... Alright, let's grab the Resonance Rune. That's a good one. We'll wait until we check out these before we start jumping the gun. Alright. Okay, we got the Agility Potion. That's a good one. Applies a discount to all purchasable items. Let's do that real quick. I wish I did that earlier. Okay, reduce 30% of HP to gain a corresponding amount of coins. That is really tempting. A reforge of all spells in inventory. That could probably be a good one to go for. Down this first, because we don't really need it. But it does give us max HP and max regen. Yeah, let's use the ultimate potion here. Let's just increase our HP by a ridiculous amount. There we go. We'll grab the shield here. We are going to need the meteor for the future, so we'll grab that. Perfect. I do need a wand spirit. I'm going to need to collect a bunch of these, so... We're going to have this wand spirit basically... Yeah, no, let's have the wand spirit handle this instead. So that way we have a collective of boomerang blades coming in from this wand in particular. And if it crits, we can introduce something else. And then I'll have this, and we'll throw in Chain Lightning while we're at it. Why not? No reason to not. Awakening Potion's good for just getting the mana bits up. This will just get us more HP. The Reforge is nice, and the Invincibility is nice. Do we want anything here? Let's see. If I keep the... Alright, so let's see. We keep the Boomerang Blades, we keep the... I don't really need those. Keep the Frost Crystal, we don't need the Overload, we don't need the Tranquil Bloom. Keep the Core Thunder because we can duplicate those. Let's keep the 2 Troll Serums because we can upgrade those, potentially. And there we go. That'll be it. Alright, we've got enough for a Frost Crystal upgrade, so that's good. And we got a few upgrades here and there that we could potentially use. Nothing crazy, just enough, basically. Let's throw the Slime Crystal in there. And what else? I guess another frost crystal wouldn't hurt. Okay, that is going to be our rolls, and well, I guess off we go. Okay. Another and a Midas potion. That'll help with getting rid of bosses, that's for sure. Well, non-bosses, that is. Okay, another bit of HP. What do we got here? Oh boy, okay. Okay, so that is a mana extension. Okay, so it went here. Bingo. The other two are curses, so no need to touch those. Alright, let's go to the special room here. We're going to prep the Midas potion. Pretty much the easiest bout of enemies. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, let's see. Trade circlets, Merlin's hat, or Merlin's boots. We may as well take Merlin's... Well... No, let's go with Trade Circlet, because that's going to give us even more shield. And once we get the combination with the Soulbone gear set, that's going to make us even better. Let's down this. That's going to give us even more shield to work with. Let's alter our body size back to a normal size, which is good. Okay, we can interact and get a Chain Lightning pop or accelerator. We currently have one pop, we have 2 lightnings, so we want to grab another big combo. And we're going to grab the time duration. And we can remove a curse, so let's just pop this open. We get Merlin's hat for free. Remove the curse. Get a whole bunch of coins. Pop this, get a whole bunch of keys. And let's see. I guess we're doing the mini-boss now. That was easy. Yeah, no, this is getting ridiculous. And I don't think this is going to be the strongest that we've got. We are going to want automatic navigate. That is a definite. And we're going to go with Fuse Plus, because this will give us the ability to cast something on top of the Fuse. And the navigation is certainly going to help. Let's do Fuse here. Yeah, so fuse it to something. You know what? Fuse into Hand of Cthulhu sounds fun. Yeah, so if we ever decide to hit an enemy, it's going to go ridiculous. Let's go to the Forge, because we can actually upgrade an item into another level, so might as well try that while we're here. Let's see. Before we do, let's upgrade what we already have. There we go, we get Chain Lightning and whatnot. We're going to go Chain Lightning here. Frost is already there. We can throw the slow onto orbs at least. There we go. Put the Resonance Rune back here. Let's go here. Let's throw the Boomerang Blade, the Shining Blade, and pop in there. Let's see what we get. We get the Shining Star Arrow Plus. Okay, I can work with that. Obviously, I'm going to need to replace it for something else, but yeah, we can work with it. I guess butterflies would have been fun. Panic Cthulhu Plus is tempting. That's nice. Split is okay. We are going to need this, so we keep that in inventory. What's required for the Launch Spirit? Okay, it's blues. Okay. A damage boost is pretty nice. Let's go with that. Damage boost. Let's see. Okay, Core of Thunder upgrade. Nice. Alright, we go that. So yeah, with the Core of Thunder as a target, there's a 25 or 20% chance for us to deal 270 damage within the specific target radius, which we always know where it's going to be. I could also do Meteor here, which makes it really fun and ridiculous. The only risk, obviously, is the mana cost, but that's besides. That's small, really. Okay, what else? Don't need that, don't need that, no, no. Extra damage is tempting. It would go well here. There we go. That just makes the laser slightly better. Alright. From there, I guess we just do Resonance Rune here. Although, Resonance Rune doesn't really hit hard enough. We are still going to need to decide on what tool we're going to use for our wand here, though. I guess we reroll one of the Resonance Runes. Okay, well that works. We combine it into that. There we go. And we get Overscatter, which is not great. Ah, well. I guess this will just be empty for now. Alright, let's go get some more relics. There we go. There we are. Okay, we get the Endless Elixir, which is actually really good, so we're going to grab that immediately. That just means our Alchemist is even better than before. Oh, speaking of, there we go. Grab the key. Alright. Let's increase our HP regen by 1. We get a crit potion. There we go. Reforge. Do we want to reforge anything? I guess the multi-shot is kind of pointless here. Don't really need Slime Crystal. Damage boost is not really that great. Honestly, I could go without the magic bullets, and you know what? There's a better way I can go about this. Because this will just make the Hands of Cthulhu infinite, well, constant, without wasting mana. Although I could do better. Yeah, no, if we just do Fuse, it's good enough. And all we do here is do this. There we go. Okay, so yeah, no, as you can see, Fuse, while it doesn't do as much damage as Magic Bullets, comparatively, this does 23, this does 21, but the stream it does is way better. That's sort of why I rely on Fuse more than Magic Bullets. Slight damage reduction, but way more damage potential. But anyways, let's see. Let's grab this. And yeah, let's just reuse those. Let's see what we get. We got Arcane Explosion, Track, and Parasite. I suppose Parasite would go well with the Hands of Cthulhu, because they've only got 30-second duration anyways, so why not? And I don't need those, so there. Alright. In we go. Just have to really plan it out, really. That's all it comes down to. Let's see. Ember Hearts, Lucky Bunny Hat, or Merlin's Hat. Let's go with the increased spell options. This just gives us more variety when we go through our spell list, so can't really complain if we get better results after all. Alright, spells. Oh right, and I can actually fire through objects, so this just makes it way easier to take out the enemies. There we go. Oh, I can reduce my current HP to 1 and get a whole bunch more HP for it. Nice. Do we want any of these? Not really. I don't like them. Let's roll. We do want the Wand Spirit. That's going to help us in the future. And I'm going to grab... I have a weird feeling the Autonomous Grimoire is actually going to be handy here. So instead, what we're going to do here is we're going to get the Autonomous Grimoire here. And we want it to summon Parasite-infested Cthulhu hands. And we'll use the Wand Spirit to basically carry that out. There we go. And the reason I'm getting the Wand Spirits is because that will allow for an upgrade, or an unlock, if you will, so better to get it now than later. There we go. Get a whole bunch of coins. I guess technically I could use the Duplication Potion and pair it with the Sacrificial Potion, but let's save it for a rainy day. Hey. Okay, Magnifying Glass, Wind Listening Ear, or Tree and Shoulder Guard. Let's go Tree and Shoulder Guard, because that gives us temp HP. We get the Relic Potion, we upgrade at random relic. Alright, Lucky Bunny Ear, we get more Lucky Bunny, or rather we get more spell types. When we do go to a spell room, that is. I think this is the time that we go to a shop and get even more powerful. Alright, let's first go into this room. Alright, we got another ultimate potion, we got another HP boost. Let's apply the discount first. Alright, double current key count, that's going to be amazing for the future. Randomly get a relic at the cost of 1 to 4 curses, that's fine. We get another potion carry slot, which is great. We grab the ultimate potion here, an invisibility potion, be nice, and grab the serpent's blood. Alright, down this. Oh, hello. Another spell power potion. Welcome to that. Alright, another serpent potion. There we go. Down this. Alright. Let's stack the... Do I do the ultimate potion or do I do that? Let's do the sacrificial potion in there. Okay, we are going to want the duel, so we'll grab that. Grab the... Well, I don't need the keys anymore. We'll grab the parasite, because that's going to be handy in the future. No. We already got the chain lightning, we don't need another. I don't need a laser. Don't need those. Do we need the force cooldown? Not really. Perfect. Alright, let's go in here. Okay. Okay. Now, all we do is down the sacrificial potion. Alright. Duplicate. Alright. And I guess we can reduce our current HP down to 1, if we so desire. But I should probably save that until after the boss, right? Alright. Let's double down on these. I guess technically I could double down on the laser at the cost of the damage boost, but nah. Alright, is there anything else I want to do here? Not really. Alright, let's do this. We'll just be ready with the invincibility, that's all. There we go. There we go, got him. Easy peasy. Oh, we got a 25% current coin increase. We got the Dormant Whispers and the Energized Orb. Allows the MP, or allows the use of MP from this wand when the MP of other wands is insufficient. This is actually a very good tool that will help us later, and it's probably going to be a replacement for the second slot that I'm going with. Yeah. So, let's see. There we go. Take all these out. We want the Aqua Flow Staff, that's better. We want to keep the Energized Orb because that's going to just act as a buffer for mana. Let's see. What else do we need here? We do this and this. Yeah, so this wand will basically carry this, and every time it gets a crit, it will launch yet another. But we want the chain lightning as well. That way it pairs well. From here, we just throw on the frost and the chain lightning here. There we go. And this will be used later. Probably. But obviously, we want to grab something very special from here. We can gain 25% of our current coins, which is fine, but we're going to down an ultimate potion, but not before downing the invincibility potion here. The invisibility potion. We then downed the relic potion here. We down the invisibility potion. That just gives us even more max HP, and then we down this, getting us down to 10 HP. We get the holy water, so we're going to remove a curse, and just slowly increase our value, but we basically get rid of 200 of it to get the second brain. We get rid of 28 for the replica, and the octagonal die if we want to do a reroll on that, which we don't. So yeah, that is going to be our spell count basically sorted and ready to go. And whenever we want to get rid of the Aquaflow staff, we can basically do so, but with the casting speed it has, we kind of want to keep it. Okay, but yeah, no, the build's getting ridiculous, and we kind of got the right things for an alchemist to thrive, put simply. Which is kind of a miracle, if I'm going to be honest. There we go. We get the... I'm not going to go with Close Observation, but I will go with Blade of Fury and Merlin's Hat. That's just going to give us more mana across the board. And the Blade will allow us to crit more, so why not, right? Alright, another Relic. Now, if we can get more HP with it, that's going to make it even better. Pop this open, get Overload. We can refresh purchasable items. Let's go with Fortune Earrings will increase the amount of relic options we got, so I'm going to go with that, and I'll grab the Treant Robe, just to keep increasing our variety of option for relics. We then go into here, and we just got to survive for 25 seconds. Okay. It's going to be hard to do, but not impossible. Okay, really just gotta lock in. Ow. Lost a bit, 10 shield, but that's fine. Dazzling Fireworks could go really hard, but for now, that would be good. Let's refresh. What else we got? We've got a... Alright, we got a discount on purchasable items. That's actually going to be really good at the end, so we're going to grab the relics. Got a min-max the relics at this point. Okay, grab this. This is all free. Alright, relic. We're gonna go with the Soulbone Armor and the Stagnant Droplet, and we get the Soulbone set, which is going to give us more shields for every passive shield we get. Let's see, converts 20% of temporary shields into regular shields upon entering a room. So as long as we enter a room, that's going to be really ridiculously powerful. And yeah, we're just basically going to carry our shields to ridiculous levels at this point. Go. Tree Spirit Pendant, that's actually pretty good. We'll grab that, and the Merlin's Robe, that gives us the Treant set. We get a Emergency Potion, which is going to be amazingly useful. Yeah, let's quickly pop these open. Pop this open. Duplicate. Let's drink this. There we go. We've got 480 potion or HP still. It's just the area of potion we've got is way bigger now. All locked objects require 2 keys. We don't have to spend keys though, so that's a issue of no importance. None of these really appeal. The Core of Thunder maybe, but that's about it. Let's grab the Core of Thunder, reroll, and... You know, I kind of want to move back to the Rainbow. That could be fun. Nah, I think the laser just wins out here. Oh, I could do something ridiculously fun with it, couldn't I? No, let's go Capacity Expansion Stone. Bugger it. We are going to need the Capacity Expansion Stones just for the Energized Orb. You'll understand why soon enough why that is, but yeah. Besides, we're not even using the... It makes us even stronger, so... This is just a fair start of what we're going to be doing to make ourselves ridiculous. Okay, movement speed increase. Nice. Grab that. Grab this. There we go. Alright, what spells do we get? We've got a whole bunch. Parasite Plus is probably a good choice. We'll go with that one. I could do Boomerangs. That could be fun. But let's re-roll, see what else we got. Rainbow Plus, Evil Slayer Sword. We're not doing Evil Slayer Sword again. Let's do Rainbow. Why not? Yeah, we can do something ridiculous of this nature. To that end, let's swap... Yeah, let's swap Chain Lightning with Cold, and then we could do some ridiculous things here. And if we can get this to hone in on targets, that's going to be making it even more ridiculously fun. We'll throw that upgrade on there. Yeah, we just need more slots, really. That's all it comes down to now. I guess I could go in here and upgrade, but... Eh. Well... I could merge something into something even more ridiculous, to be fair. Let's do it. Because we don't have the specific relic, we do need to do this, technically. Alright, let's see. What can we do here? Laser Plus, Overscatter. Let's go with Damage Boost and Chain Lightning. Or better yet, take out Chain Lightning because we want to keep that. Rainbow is definitely going to be merged, though. Let's see, what do we get? Plus of Rainbow. Nice. That's exactly what I wanted. Alright, so Rainbow's become a bit more ridiculous. Alright, that's good. Oh, 1 second. Alright, I just gotta do something real quick, but I will be back shortly. See you in a bit. Alright, back to the grind. Let's get back into things. Okay. Now let's see, we don't need this. Do we need a track? Not really. We don't need the parasites anymore, but we can still use them as reroll fodder. We could do split, actually, now I think about it. Yeah, let's do split. Oh god. That's a wild one. Okay, let's do that. We don't need the track that much. We can lose the Core of Thunder because we got Core of Thunder Plus. Or we could do the Capacity Expansion Stone, to be fair. Let's see. I much prefer the Resonant Runes over the Parasites, so I could reroll those. Orbit is also an equally useful tool. Let's reroll this. Track Plus, that's actually going to be handy when we do eventually get rid of this wand, so let's keep that. There we go, got it. Merge that, so that way we got a Resonance Rune Plus. Let's see. This guy's gonna fire on its own. I guess technically what we could do is do this. And then have Resonance Rune here. That's probably gonna be a smarter choice. That way we fire twice as much and basically focus in on the enemy rather than splitting it up like crazy. Alright, into the shortcut here. There we go. The only issue is obviously the mana, but you can only do so much about that, right? There we go. Okay, interact. Let's see. Infusion Hand Seal would certainly make the offhand casting way faster, but I don't think that's the way forward. Let's go with Bloodthirsty Gaze. And you know what? Let's actually do Infusion Hand Seal. That could be handy in the future. We got another discount. And we got a Remove All Curses to get some more HP. To get rid of all curses. I don't need that as much, so I'm just going to down it. Let's see, what do we want here? We don't really need the Rune Hammers because we're not going to be going into melee much. So let's re-roll. And we'll double down on the damage boost. Let's pop this open, and these open, there we go. None of those really appeal, so I'm actually just going to leave it at that. What have we got here? 2 curses. Tree Spirit Pendant, and there's a 20% chance of encountering double enemies, excluding bosses. And you can only shoot in 4 diagonal directions. Nasty curse, but one I can tolerate, potentially. Let's do it. And it's actually technically not an issue because track covers are back in that regard. I'm going to need to save this for the end room as well as the discounts, so we only need 1 discount to cover our hides. So for now, let's just get more spells because there's no reason to get more. No reason to continue the fodder there. Definitely need a better wand, though. Permanently increased health, that's going to be amazing. Let's grab that. Okay, what do we go with? Range boost would be fun. Venom Crystal would be useful. I think we aim for the Venom Crystal and roll for something else. We do need another Autonomous Grimoire to upgrade, so we're going to go with that. There we go. And we'll do this instead, for now. But it's very clear that we're probably going to swap out for Split, but I digress. Do we go to upgrade? Not really. Not right now. Let's save up our surplus. There we go. Here we go, Arcane Barrier. That's exactly what we wanted. We grab that. Do we want anything here? No, not really. We reroll. Soul Link would be a powerful tool for us to have, but it's not going to help us that much. Charge Mode. I'm actually going to take Charge Mode instead of Multi-Shot. Solely because it will allow us to stack our shots instead. And that'll do way more than doubling down, I guess. There we go. We just take out some shield for our removal of curse. So there you go. And let's go to the shop immediately. Okay. Go in here. We can refresh, or we can apply discounts. I'm going to go and apply a discount immediately. There we go. Restore HP. I guess we can do an invisibility potion here. Grab that. Agility potion. Nice. Hello, hello. An ultimate potion. Yet again. Levitation potion goes hard. Let's grab this. This will down 2 potions. Grab this. Levitation. Another invisibility. A treasure chest. Choose the Caudus, which is kind of useless to us, but whatever. Another potion. Lovely. Gonna get a lot of those, huh? We need at least to keep those 2. Don't need this. Down this. There we go. Don't need this. Let's reset 1 chosen relic. This is going to give us the reason to get rid of the Seed of Greed for the 100th Talisman. That's going to be nice. Hey, another 25% points. We're going to randomly remove a curse, which we don't have. Down the invisibility potion. We get another refresh on the shop items. Let's down this. We get Sacrificial Potion and the Reset Potion. Let's down the Reset Potion first. And what do we want to reset? Let's reset the Electrified Crown. We get the Treant Robe, which will give us more healing. Sacrificial Potion will give us more coins to work with, so that'd probably be the smart choice, huh? What else we got here? Let's go in here first and reset. There we go. We are gonna want this. I'll save the rest for later. Take that. Alright, let's use the sacrificial potion. There we go. It's gonna give us a whole bunch of coins. Pull down the wealth potion. Alright, yet another potion. There we go. Alright, and we keep those two. We down this. That increased our HP up to 757. And let's get a new wand. We've got the the collector staff actually has what we need. Let's swap that temporarily, so that way we can get the energized orb back. There we go. We only wanted the collector staff solely because we get the wand sphere out of it. We will then do the capacity expansion stone combo here. But we get the achievement, which allows us even more, which will allow for some significant boosts. We want the energized orb to handle a ton of arcane barrier. Although it may not be the smartest to put it in the energized orb, but that's just me. I suppose there is better options for it, but I digress. For now, it will do. We are going to want the double down, so we're going to grab the multi-shot here. That's going to be good for upgrade. And let's see. Let's grab the HP while we can. And bingo, we got the split that we needed. Perfect. So now we're looking really good. I just need to get as much HP as possible now. That's the last bit of HP. I don't really want it, so let's go get some relics. I guess I can swap to double now. Okay, we get the Scholar Glasses, Elven Ears, Bowbone Armor, or Merlin's Boots. I'm gonna have to take the Scholar Glasses and the Elven Ears. We get another discount, but that's not gonna matter because we are at the final boss of the area. Alright. Do we do multi-shot or do we do something else? Well, we're definitely going to want track to be utilized, so that'll be something we use, but for now, not concerned. We've basically got a barrier of a significant degree, so we'll be fine. Let's take out the indescribable. There we go. We are built different, I guess. Well, there we go. This run is already shaping up to be ridiculous. Took a bit of finagling, but the potions do most of the work, so we're basically good. We are going to want Crimson Thorn most likely here. Yeah, because if we go through Crimson Thorn, we've got a lot of room to work with, and it doesn't matter whether the activation is like passive or not. So if we just put something there, we can make it cleaner, but we don't have to. Because if we do it like that, and let's put this trident away here, like so, we can do something ridiculous like this. There we go. We get a ridiculous Crimson Thorn, and anytime we are hit, we can do something. And just because the capacity stones are reducing damage, it doesn't mean it's actually affecting these either. That is something worth noting. What we're going to want is... We'll set the Wand Spirit up here. So that way it triggers on that. We'll have the Autonomous Grimoire here. You're definitely going to have the Hand of Cthulhu here. Have the Parasite here. Now, if we have a... don't necessarily need a time duration, do we? It's not going to work with the Wand Spirit, is it? No. Yeah, no, it's not going to work like that. If I sack this, and I were to do, I don't know, this on the Legion banner instead. What could I do here? No, it wouldn't work like that. I suppose I could do the Trident on the Legion banner instead. That only gives us 4 slots to work with, though. And the Legion banner houses more. We might have to abandon the... well, I guess we could keep it on the Autonomous Grimoire thing here. It's just we can't do anything special with it. What I can do is I can multi-shot it multiple times. Gonna make it a bit more costly, but that's fine. Until we get a better wand, we're gonna have to make do here, huh? What I could do, technically, is... yeah, throw the Autonomous Grimoire on. They'll be the ones summoning the Hands of Cthulhu with ridiculous effects. So, if we do summon a Autonomous Grimoire, it's going to summon something ridiculous. That'll have to do for now. Whether it's smart, I don't know. But, alas, we're doing the best we can. We do this now, and anytime we crit with this, this just goes ham on getting more energy. We throw this in. Let's throw in a homing effect. So that way it hones in on targets. We'll throw in a Venom Crystal to give it a bit of a boost. Core of Thunder is when the spell ends, and it'll just launch a burst of electricity when it does. And we got this, which we will just do as, I don't know, leave it empty, I suppose. We will need to expand it, we just need to give it energy, is really all that comes down to. And the only other thing I can think of is just giving it damage, so there you go. A ridiculous build, but a build all the same. Let's apply a discount on all of these. Let's see. We do want the Merlin's Beard, because this will give us the Merlin set, which increases our mana by a ridiculous sum. We will grab the Drill here, and then we will refresh. And that gives us the Silver Compass. Nice. We get another Ultimate Potion to increase our HP by a ridiculous sum, and off we go to the next area. This will be the last time I'll be able to benefit from the Crimson Rooms, so I better make it count. Okay. We don't need this, don't need this. Keep the Orbit, because that can be handy. We keep most everything else, spell-wise. I guess that really is it that I need. I could sell the Parasite and Hand of Cthulhu, to be fair, or the books, but nah. Let's keep it as is. That should be good enough. Okay. Double recurrent keys, there we go. Pop that open. All curses, set HP to 1, nope. All we really need is the Prospector gear, and then we can really scale this up. If we go to the shop, it can get even more ridiculous, I suppose. We do need a new wand, so let's actually go there. Let's get ourselves a better wand here. We actually do want to grab the Mimicry Cube. Those are always going to be in high demand. We don't need these... well... It would be better for our build for summons, I suppose. We wouldn't need the pop, though, but we could certainly do something with it. We don't really need the Energized Orb. I'm going to abstain from using it. So let's go with the Druid staff here. So we're going to do something ridiculous here. We do not need this, or this necessarily. But we will do this. We'll throw down a wand. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Crit rates. Perfect. Okay. Permanent increase to max HP. Nice. We lost 5 HP, but that's fine. We get a relic upgrade. I don't know what we upgraded, but I don't really care. Okay. Reforged, welcome. Visibility. We may as well use it while we're here. This just gives us more HP to work with, so I'm not complaining. There we go. And Reforge, huh? Let's keep everything we don't want to reforge, I suppose. There we go. That's going to give us even more mana to work with without making any damage to the Crimson Thorn. It's a ridiculous build that we got. Let's see. We do need autonomous grimoires, though, so we will set those to the side. This is extra damage boost, so we'll add that to it. Let's keep the Wand Spirits because we can combine those in the future. We do want the Duplication Potion for the future, but we'll save that. Let's see, what else? We need to keep the multi-shot, so we're going to keep that there. I guess I might as well just keep it into the rainbow slot here. And that's it. There we go. Anything worth keeping? Slime Crystal is tempting. Let's just toss all these in. Okay. Yeah, we got a lot of upgrades to go through. I guess Slime Crystal it up. That seems like the smartest choice. How is their crit looking? Crit's 15, it could be better. Strong Traction actually goes hard with the Rainbow Plus, I think. So we'll rock with that. Indomitability is just a staple. Energy Saving Mode. Not necessarily required, but it's there if we want it. Alright, I guess what we can do actually is grab this as well. Soul Link will make it so our HP is tied with Grimoires and Hands of Cthulhu, which will make them near mortal. We'll grab the large HP. Let's grab the large HP. I could go with the pillar, to be fair. That'd be a nice addition to the charge here. Yeah, let's do it. So if we do ever run into a situation where we do get hit, then this barrier will basically project pillars of light. I really should have kept that orbit, but whatever. And that'll just increase our HP by a little bit more. Alright. We'll go into the HP boost here. Get as much as we can. That was quick. Pop that. What do we got here? Oh, this puzzle. Okay. I'm just going to down this right now. That's just going to give us even more HP to work with. And let's go about doing this. Okay. Okay, nearly. There we go. Easy peasy. And we get the core flame. Okay, so that's another ridiculous thing that we'll add to our list of things. You know what? Let's just throw it here. Why not? We haven't got enough room in the Aquaflow staff to warrant keeping it there, so we'll just make it there. And you know what? We're going to the spring. This is going to just make it even more ridiculous. We down this, and we use the ultimate potion yet again. There we go. Down to 1,000 HP. Not including already the defenses that we got. Well, we're effectively immortal, I would say. Let's see. We're gonna go Demon Mask and Knight Breastplate. Alright, we get invisibility. We don't really need to keep it, but it's good to have. We'll grab the Merlin hat, that gives us more mana. Alrighty. Off we go to spells. That was easy. Far too easy, if anything. Okay, we want the Pillar of Light. I guess the Indomitability would be nice to re-roll. Or be nice. And we got another Pillar of Light. Nice. We got another crit. Nice. We'll down that. Okay, we're doing something good at least. Let's do something ridiculous. Let's do 3 Pillars of Light here, and then we just split them all up. And because of this, they're 121. Ooh, I should probably reduce it by 1. There we go, 81, 81, 81. That's not enough. Let's only split it by once then, and that will give us 54. That's 150. Okay, that doesn't work as I thought, but that's fine. I guess I could do energy saving mode. That will reduce its cost, and then I can split. Let's try splitting again. That brings it to 48. Why not? Let's just double it down even farther. Bugger it. Well, for now, that should be good. Okay, even though I don't have damage boosts, I'm really ridiculously powerful. down this. This gives us even more shield to work with. Pop that open to get ourselves a road cloak, which just makes us invisible. Alrighty. Let's go to the processing chamber. We do need this. Alright, let's merge a whole bunch of stuff. Alright, there we go. Okay, so Mimicry Q plus, we can do that. That's just going to give us the plus version of the Arcane Barrier. We got Split plus, which just increases it by a split of 5 spells instead of 3. We want this in here. I believe we'd split this into 2. Or technically, yeah, we split into 2 times, so we get 3 casts of Rainbow, which is pretty insane. Now, if we were to throw this here, that makes the Autonomous Grimoire even better. What else? We got the Wand Spirit Plus. That's going to be good here, so I'm going to put that there. Sort that out. Alright, let's re-roll this. Hey. Alright, this upgrades. There we go. There we go. Another capacity expansion stone. There we go. There we are. Here we go. Alright. I guess our summons are gonna look really ridiculous here now, huh? To that end, why don't I just do this? I don't necessarily need to make it so the energy saving mode carries the pillars. I just need the pillars circling around me more than anything. Okay, that's it. Okay. Do I really want to gamble here? I guess I could. Let's do damage boost versus the poison. Alright, we get poison plus, so I've sacrificed the extra damage of 50% for the upgraded poison, which is perfectly fine with me. Alright. Honestly, I could probably do without the purification potion. That's just gonna affect me negatively, so let's go. Elite. Down he goes. Yeah, that was... Okay, that was silly. Okay, we get a bunch of options. We get to choose 3, actually, huh? Let's go with Essence of Soul. Let's see, I don't really like anything else here. Let's re-roll it. Condense. Nothing really great. I guess Dazzling Fireworks actually works best here. And Strong Traction. So that way we can upgrade Strong Traction to +3 while we're at it. Throw that there. Let's lose the Slime Crystal. And we will throw down 4 Flame back to kick again. We will replace this with Dazzling Fireworks. Because Dazzling Fireworks splits into 4 and deals 45% damage, whereas this just splits to 5 for 33. And if we throw this in here, it'll allow for something a bit more ridiculous. Alright, let's do it. Okay, so I've made something ridiculous. Okay, what do we got? Sprite Wings. Ooh, that gives us flights. We're gonna grab that and Blade of Fury. And hey, finally, Prospector Pickaxe. That just makes it even worse. No reason to go to the shop. Let's just keep going. Okay, Rogue Cloak. Let's go with the 4-leaf clover and Soul Bone Crown? Yeah, Soul Bone Crown. Soul Bone Crown basically just gives us more. 3 MP regen. If we go to a shop, we can get some more potions to increase our coin count, but we don't need to rush it. Well, technically we already are rushing it, but we don't need to push it. Okay, track is probably going to be very important, so we should probably grab that. We don't really need anything size increasing, so no range boost. Damage boost might be good, worth grab. And I guess Tranquil Bloom. There we go. Tranquil Bloom can go in here, so that way you can get more regen going. There we go. Okay, aside from the curse issue, we're basically good. Yeah, they stood no chance. Relic Potion. Randomly upgrade a relic. I don't know what we upgraded, but we upgraded something. Let's see. Damage-wise, 406. That's impressive for what it is. Yeah, we're gonna need a, dual tool at this rate. That was easy. But, yeah, I can understand why the person says Alchemist is ridiculous. We're just gonna remove those. Let's go into here. What do we got? Ah, one of these. Might as well. There we go. And we get a split plus plus. Oh god. Okay, so that makes it 8 splits instead. Alright, well, let's just throw this here then, I guess. There we go. That's gonna make the splits from Fuse even more ridiculous. Alrighty. Let's go to the shop, I guess, because we do need a wand. need a high tier one at this point. Let's see. The Sourceless is tempting, but... Well, I guess I could show you the Sourceless build. That could be really funny. I want to save the Sourceless for a particular time, though. Let's grab the... yeah, let's grab the HP first. What do we got here? Star Marrow. All secondary slots of this wand have a 40% charge efficiency. That's actually really good for the other wand here. So we could double down on the second part. Let's do it. Alright, so the charge efficiency of Fuse becomes even more ridiculous. And they hone in on targets, so that makes it even better. We'll throw in Strong Traction. We'll even throw in yet another split. Although that probably actually hampers it, so no. Let's throw in a Slime Crystal. We are going to need the Magic Reservoir. That's going to help with the mana capacity here, so we'll grab that. Note those. We do want Orbits. That is going to help with our Pillars of Light if we do ever run into the instance where we need to use them again. Don't need those, except for the healing, maybe. Capacity Stones are always going to be handy. They will help increase our surplus here, so always good to grab. And just a tiny HP, which we don't need. Okay, discounts. Potion. Tempting. Down this. Okay, we want to use this, but first let's use our potion types here. Okay, Sacrificial Potion. There we go. We grab this. Grant Temporary Shield. Let's grab this, down this. There we go. That makes a ridiculous amount of shielding. Applies a discount, which we don't need right now. Well, we'll grab both potions. Grab this. There we go. Alright, duplicate. And duplicate. There we go. That is 1,500 coins. Nice. Alright, to the relics. I made something stupid again. God, this build is crazy. Okay, we got the choice of Merlin's Hat, Magnifying Glass, Bloodthirsty Gaze, or Mask of the Hexer. I don't need the Mask of the Hexer, but I will take the Magnifying Glass. That is a given. I suppose I could take it so I can get out of the pool right now. That's probably a smart choice. Get out of the pool, then I don't have to worry about it. More health. There we go. Okay. That. And we get yet another discount potion. We also got the scale potion, so I guess down this. We are now a bigger guy. We can also down the awakening potion. That will help us in the boss fight, I guess. Let's throw down a split here. So that way we get a way more pillars going. Alright, let's do this. Alright, Abyssal Ward. Go down. Well, I guess this build has officially reached peak. Alright, we get the choice between the Stellar Drift or the Kaleidoscope. I'm gonna go Stellar Drift this time. Yes, I could go Kaleidoscope and get a whole bunch of status effects, but we already get that. And besides, I think we want more interval here. Cast interval cooldown. It's not as fast as the previous, but goodness is it a lot. Okay, anything else? Not really. And you know what? That's actually works in our favor. We're going to take the War Charm here. We're going to take the Prospector Vest. We don't really need the Octagonal Die, though. I forgot to use the discount potion, so that's my bad. Use this. There we go. Yeah, bugger it. Let's just grab it. Why not? Extra rerolls never hurt anybody. Time to the Ancient Throne. Time to obliterate the Ancient Throne's boss. 1 second. Oh, I've been rambling, but I never explained everything. Okay, whatever. Basically, big stuff. There we go. We do a lot of damage. That's all you need to know. Okay, we deduct 30% of our current HP for corresponding amount of shields. I mean, why not, right? Okay, by doing that, we actually get the Rage buff, which increases our damage output. We can reset a current relic, or reset a relic. Okay, let's do that. Let's get rid of the Guardian Sprites, and we get a 4-leaf clover. Nice. Let's go for the Prospector Gloves, and we'll go for another 4-leaf clover. The Prospector Gloves will basically just help us try to get the Prospector Pickaxe into play. That's the hope, anyways. But yeah, I just made a ridiculous build here, so... The strong tractions, I know I'm layering, but if we pair it with track, we can basically get a ridiculous rainbow going. Alright, Thunder Beast, let's do him. Let's deal with him. Hey! Just not a chance. This is one of those runs, I guess. Let's go with Core Lightning. What else? Parasite's already set. We don't really need Fuse. Damage boost, I guess. And we'll do Precise Shot, I guess. Precise Shot is definitely going to give us the extra damage or crit rate that we need. We don't really get curses, but I am going to save it just in case we go to a shop and get some more curse. Probably for the best. Oh, he jumped. He managed to jump, and that's about it. Fair response. Okay. None of these really appeal. Nope. Take the Mimicry Cube and take the damage boost. And I guess take the Cooker. There we go. All we do there is just that. There we go. We've now got our Crimson Thorn doing a ridiculous amount of protection there. Alright, damage boost on the Fuse goes hard. And we go to get another shop. Okay, we don't want Volley, don't want Black Hole or that. We will take the large health, roll it. No. Could get another pillar, to be fair, but there's no need. We're basically on the precipice of done with the build. No. Grab the HP. Can't really do more than that. Okay, we'll just leave that be then. Really just coming down to niche stuff at this point. Discount, there we go. We'll do conversion here to get a whole bunch of shield on top of everything. Let's scale our size again. We are even bigger now. Shield potion it up to get even more. More mana, yep. There we go. Deducts 30% of HP to gain a corresponding amount of coins. That actually gets us even more. There we go. We get a whole bunch of heal because of it, but we can use this to get even more. We do it again to get even more if we so desire. Do this though. We can reset and relic here. There we go. Let's see, what do we go for? Let's get rid of Wand Lens. Okay, we get the Wind Listening here. And we got Reforge Potion. Do we want to Reforge anything? Let's Reforge one of the damage boosts. We don't need the Strong Traction anymore. We got 2 Core Thunders. We do want to keep those. Well, actually, no. Let's get rid of the Core Thunders. We can go with something better. Let's see. What else do we want to get rid of? Get rid of this. Oh, we actually do have 3 Core Thunders, so we actually want to keep those. Because we can go to a blacksmith last shop and then go from there. What else? We got another Strong Traction here, which we can combine together, so we don't want to get rid of those. In fact, I think it's better if we move them over into this. So that way we can do this. Yeah, okay. So we will need to upgrade the Core Thunder for future, but we shouldn't need to worry about it. We can get rid of Tranquil Bloom, I suppose. That's really all we want to get rid of, isn't it? Yeah, everything else is pretty much good. Alright, let's down the potion here. This will give us even more. We got a Duplication Potion should we need it, but you know, we refresh and we get nothing good. But that's fine. I wasn't expecting anything good. Alright. Let's get going. Do we need to do anything here? Not really. We've got plenty enough HP as it is. To the elite we go. We'll spend our last point at the rest shop to get as much HP as possible. Okay, so aside from having a poor crowd clear, we're basically good. We're good at single target attacks, basically. There we go. As stated, single target attacks. So big. I can barely see myself. Okay, the only other option for us at this point is just spamming speed, huh? I don't like those. I guess I could go for a track here. And we'll reroll these. We'll go rainbow and, I don't know, Boundary Stone Time. Those I know we use. That was easy. Movement speed increase, nice. Okay, we've got another Pillar of Light. We can throw in a fuse. Nope. Okay, we'll just grab the meteor then. Okay. Now for the Apostle, which is gonna get bombed. Sorry, Apostle, you're just gonna go down. Didn't even get a chance to cry. Okay, so that's how bad it is then. Let's just grab the Force cooldown. I have a weird feeling that's going to be useful. None of these, and Precise Shot, and I guess Dazzling Firework, why not? Okay, Precise Shot is definitely going to be our go-to. This is going to give us a 90% 20% crit chance. We'll grab the money now. There we go. And we could go for the HP, but I guess, honestly, with how much HP we got, we're gonna be fine. Let's go to the shop here again. We don't need upgrades, we just need to go hard. And you know what? We just got lucky and got the overscatter that we needed. So now we just rock a full boost of damage in one short burst. If I could, there would have been a more mana regen going for it, but I think this works. Okay, duplication. Alright, let's grab the discount. This will be the last discount we get. Duplication goes hard here. Let's grab the Chaos Potion. What do we get? 4 curses and 2 relics. Nothing too crazy. Let's see. Scatter, relic options, move speed, none of which I'm going to be worrying about. We can down this. Down this. Gets rid of 2 of the curses. Okay, we can deduct 30% of our HP for 30% health. Or 30% points. There we go. Grab the levitating potion. Okay, invisibility. And we missed out on the chance to duplicate those coins. Ah, well. Alright, well. Let's see if there's anything else that we need in the shop here. Doesn't look like it, so yeah, we're done. Well, actually, no, we take this. Memory cube goes hard. Let's grab this, put it in... Nope, we want to grab it. We could duplicate it. You know what? Let's actually, it's a good idea. We'll duplicate it here so we get 100 crit rates. That way, we are always dealing 300% damage with this. So that works out for us. In here, I don't think we really need to do anything too complicated. We leave it as is. I guess I'll throw down another frost in here. And technically, we can actually throw the Boundary Stone of Time here as well. Because that will make it go even faster. There we go. Done. And Magic Reservoir here, that's just going to make it better. There we go. Alright. We've reached over 100,000 DPS. Okay. I guess this is the build to do it. What is our damage? 608? I guess it's a combination of factors. But yeah. We're built like a we're built different. Let's down this. Down this. We get 25% coins. Might as well get even more damage out. There we go. Alright, let's do this. There we go. Okay, we get a Reforge. There we go. Well, damn. I'd say this is one of my stronger runs, so I'm gonna actually save that. That's ridiculous. Alright, yeah, no, we're saving that for later. We've got this now, so we can actually do this on top of it. Oh, I'm very tempted. So where is the boss? Oh, he's over there. Okay. Alright, we got more invincibility. Let's down the ultimate potion here. We don't have to, but it just adds... Oh, we got an invincibility potion. Nice. So we have 3 instances where we're going to be doing ridiculous amounts to them. So, yeah, let's deal with the kobold. Alright, let's do this. So long, Li Shuizhan. Let's just casually do this. You can't stop me. I have potions on my side. I am the immutable vessel. You can't touch this. A worthy opponent. I don't think I even got damaged. That whole attack. And you know what? Let's just throw this on here. There we go. Oh, reset another relic. Okay, let's do that. What do we want to reset? Post strip. There we go. Get another C degree. There we go. This is probably one of the scariest runs I've done, and I'm very big, surprisingly. But I digress. That was entertaining. And to think we all did all that was just Alchemist. That's insane. Amazing! You totally smashed that kobold! See? All those muscles were just a show. But yeah, that's how you beat the kobold, I guess. Oh god, that was ridiculous. Alright, let's see, what can we do now? I guess let's first plan our descent. I guess, you know what? Let's do the soul set. This is probably the perfect time in order to do it, so I'm going to up the ante on the soul set. And we're just going to play the soul set, which is pretty interesting because we rock wand spirits and wand spirits alone. We get permanent flight, wand limit +2, and all wands are automatically equipped with wand spirit plus. It is an interesting build, but let's upgrade first before we continue on. Let's prioritize increasing our mana. Okay, we've increased our mana regen to its max. We've got just a few more upgrades before we are fully complete on that, so that is fine. Let's see. Can we get anything from you? No, the relics are a bit too expensive, so we'll have to leave that be. But I'm going to call it for this first run, and we will be moving on to the second run. See you guys in a moment while I get things set up.